back to my channel and thank you so much for being here. Happy Foundation Friday of our green, clean, healthy week. Today we're going to talk about a brand new foundation that I've been getting a lot of requests to review, and it is a BareMinerals brand new foundation. So before we get started, hit that subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. All right, y'all, so I got the new BareMinerals foundation. Let me tell you exactly what the name is. The name is Complexion Rescue Hydrating Foundation Stick, Broad Spectrum SPF 25. Let me tell you a little bit about this. So basically what they say is that it's a hydrating, so what they basically say about this is that it combines the hydration of a tinted moisturizer with buildable medium coverage and convenient on-the-go format. Easy to blend texture, melts into the skin, for all-day wear, lightweight, never cakey, multitasking formula foundation, concealer, and touch-up stick, and contour, of course. It says full of fresh, clean coverage, free of pore clogging oils. It is a water-based formula, which when I watched the little ad for this, it's like the first stick foundation that is water-based. I don't know if that is true or not, but that is the claim that they are making. This is on the Sephora green list, so it is free of parabens and most of the higher level of toxic ingredients. This product is vegan, cruelty-free, of course, and gluten-free. So some of you guys that have a gluten intolerance, this foundation you can use. It also has mineral-rich volcanic seawater, which helps provide mineral-rich moisture and refreshing hydration, as well as red algae, which helps skin to retain moisture. They also say this is for normal, dry, and combination skin types, and I would have to agree for sure. Now, they basically say that you can use this any way you want to, with your fingers, with the brush, with the sponge, of course, their own sponges and their own brushes. But when you are using this, it's honestly, you can use any tool. I have used all of the tools and they all work really, really well. But works best for my skin, since I am more normal to dry. I actually put this right on my skin. So it says to go under the eyes, which I've been doing, along the cheek, under the eyes, along the cheek. It does have a very nice cooling sensation. Go like this, and on the chin. This color that I'm using is called Vanilla 02. It's a little light for me. I did get this, and I just press this in with my fingers. I just literally blend this out. It's a really quick, easy hydrating formula. I did get this at Sephora, but they are sold out of a lot of colors, so just go to Ulta. They have a really generous stock. And I will scoot you in just a second, but you can see that it is a little bit light for me, but that is no big deal because we will just, bronze it up and all of that stuff. So the samples I feel on the Ulta website, which I should have looked at before, are, in my opinion, better than on the Sephora website. All right, so literally that is it. Okay, let me scoot you in so you can see the skin. All right, so here it is with I would call this a light medium coverage. It is super pretty, completely weightless. And just so you know, it is dimethicone based. There are several different types of dimethicone in here. So it is also a dimethicone based formula. So just if you have a sensitivity to that. I don't usually include foundations with silicone in them for green, clean, healthy week, but you guys asked so much about this that I had to include it. So this is really what it looks like. This with my hands, it took 5 seconds. It's a really beautiful foundation. It feels very nice. It does stay a little bit tacky, but I also really hydrate my skin with skincare, so I do allow this to kind of set while I'm doing the rest of my makeup. And look how beautiful it looks under the eyes. So if you're not into concealer, I think this foundation would be really great. Now, I know I'm gonna get some questions on what's the difference between this and some of the other foundations we've tried out, which is like Westman Atelier and I can never say her name, this Kier Weiss brand. So obviously Kier Weiss and the Westman Atelier are a lot cleaner. but significantly higher in price point. This was like $32. This was $32. The Kier Weiss is more waxy, a little bit harder to use, but it is a beautiful foundation. Of course, as you know, you've watched my Foundation Friday on it. And this is actually going to be a little bit more coverage, but you can build this one up. Now, the Westman Atelier foundation is a lot more of a ethereal look to the skin. It's a lot more skin-loving ingredients in it, and it is a lot lighter in coverage. Now, this one, obviously, we know is not as clean, but you can really build this, and they have a lot more color selections. That's what I do, is I build it up on the cheeks a little bit. And you can, of course, use your beauty blender. It is no problem at all. I just like to go in here with my hands because it's just so darn easy. Now, if you want a full coverage, this is not going to be the one for you, because when you build this foundation up, and I'm just taking my hand and tapping it in, when you build this foundation up, it has a tendency, even though it says it's never cakey, for me, it got a little bit cakey. So you want to make sure that you are using the proper layering with this. So not too much, not too little. So it doesn't cover up my hyperpigmentation all the way, but it does a nice job everywhere else. And it looks really nice around the mouth area and on my forehead. Up here, you'll see, and around the perimeter of my face, I have a little bit of texture going on, and it's just because I'm still healing from my laser treatment. But I do take a very, very slightly damp beauty blender, and I'll just gently kind of tap this in just to make sure it looks like a second skin, but I'm a little excessive and you don't need to do this. For spot treating, you just take your finger and press it on your finger like that, and you can just tap it in. Just like this, and it melts into the skin. It's a really beautiful formula. Honestly, it's a really beautiful, I think obviously much better priced than some of the other ones. So you're gonna have to figure out what's the most important to you. Is it that it's super clean, etc. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on my sponge, and I'm gonna touch up around my nose. I use my sponge on my nose because I feel like when I don't do that, it sits on top of my nose. Any foundation really does. So this is kind of how I have to do it. You could get done in 5 seconds with this foundation. You could slap it on and go about your day. Now, do you need to set this? My recommendation is you probably would need a very light dusting of powder. Just the reason being is because it is a stick product. It is a cream product. So it doesn't dry down. Like, it's not a liquid, and alcohol is actually one of the very last ingredients, so it's not a high percentage of alcohol, so it's not going to be like a self-setting, even though they say it has all-day wear. So I haven't given this a full wear test. Again, like I always say, I've tried this a couple of times. It's worked out really nice for me, but we are going to give it a really nice wear test today, and we're going to go into natural light so you can see it. I'm going to go finish up the rest of my makeup. I'll let you know what I set my face with, and I'll see you in just a few minutes. All right, so everything is on. We will go into natural light. I just wanted you guys to see everything. It feels so weightless on the skin. It really feels great. I did set this with the Hourglass loose powder, the Mineral Veil loose powder, and because it just felt like it just didn't set, like I was saying, so I did want to set it with something to make sure it didn't move, but I did not use very much. I also used the BareMinerals Serum Concealer, and it's really working very well together. I just kind of wanted to use the same brand, but I used very little because I did use the foundation underneath the eyes, and I think they look really great. It's a really fresh foundation. So let's go to natural light, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so here we are in natural light. I'll scooch you in so you can see everything. There's a trash truck coming, so don't mind that. So you can see it looks really beautiful. Yeah, I wish it was just a little bit cleaner of a formula, but it is a darn good foundation. Feels amazing, and it was so easy to put on. I think this would actually be really good exactly for who they say it would be. For oily, I don't necessarily know if it would be the perfect fit for you. I might go with another brand of a stick foundation. I'm trying to think of one that I would think would be really good. Probably, since the Hourglass stick foundation did not work for me, that one probably would be a better fit for you, but there are a few others that are a little less emollient, but usually stick foundations are on the more hydrating side. But anyway, so I did not use a primer, just so you know. I did not use any primer. This foundation does not need it. It is stunning. I don't think it would sit into fine lines. If you are having a little issues with pores, go ahead and apply your pore filling primer and use it on a beauty blender over those pore filling primer areas. That way it won't move the primer. But so far, so good. Super fresh look. I'm excited that I have all these amazing foundations to wear in the summer. I mean, I just think this would be one of those like summer foundations. So I will see you all in a few hours. Bye. Hi loves, we are 4.5 hours later and this is where we are at. I think it's looking really nice. Really hasn't changed much. I've been touching my nose an awful lot because my allergies are super bad and it hasn't really come off of my nose too bad. So yeah, so far so good. Pretty long lasting as we are right now, and I don't feel like I need to touch up. It doesn't feel heavy or anything. It's definitely more of that kind of high light coverage, or I'd say medium coverage, but I really enjoy it. It looks really good. It's getting a little bit glowier as the day goes on, but you know how I feel about that. Doesn't bother me. So we'll get a few more hours of wear and I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Okay, random place to do a video, but I'm at the gym and I totally forgot to do my last check-in. It has been hours later. This is a total of 11 hours and it looks pretty darn good. I mean, it really held up nicely. I have nothing negative to say about it, you know, except for a few of the ingredients, but boy, it is a really cool foundation. This stick foundation lasted longer than the other two I just reviewed. The other stick foundation from Westman Atelier and then the Kjaer Weis cream foundation. So it's gonna be a personal choice for you, whether you want green beauty or if you have some compromises in there. Price point obviously is going to be an issue. So overall, huge fan. Looking forward to wearing this again for sure. All right, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here and lots of love from me to you. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.